Hey, what's up everybody? We're gonna be checking out the demo car today. So what he's doing right now is the frame for the body itself. So these cars used to be a unibody, which means the frame was actually welded to the body of the car. It is not anymore. Now it's gonna be a bolt-on, just like a truck. And so he had to come in here and make this frame all the way around, back through here, and then it's going to continue. It's going to continue from here and go up underneath the floor back there to connect up to the factory frame rails that are back in there that are going to come out. It's pretty complicated, but either way, so after this is done, then we'll go ahead and make floor pans, transmission tunnel, and so on. Right, Tony?
Yes, sir.
So good job, man. This stuff looks great.
Thanks.
We got visitors.
Knock, 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 knock. Hey.
What's up, man?
Just came to check progress.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
All right.
You want to do? All right, cool.
This is Dixie, and he likes trucks.
Okay. Are you gonna buy it?
No,
Make you a good deal.
I want to buy everything in that room though.
$400,000 and it can be yours.
For this?
Yeah.
When it's finished?
No. Now.
That is his.
Now.
I definitely want it.
As is.
But fortunately, what I am building is much, much larger, and this literally, oh, we got the wheels done, by the way. But one of my wheels is literally wider than the whole car. So, you're only at like 6 feet high. Yeah, it's about the height of my head. And the bottom,
That's 6'6".
like the bottom of my axle hubs is the height of my head. So,
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
That's how big that thing is?
yeah, like my roof rack would be 20 feet above the peak of your roof here.
Dude, that's just stupid, man. Whatever.
No, when I stand on the roof, I'll be 23 feet off the ground. My head will be
Yes, Jaime, thank you.
23 feet off the ground. So we have a 7-foot lift, and the tires are 8 feet tall. So we have 4 feet.
No one cares about your dumb car. We're here to talk about this car.
Your lift easily costs under 80 grand.
All right, so Matt's got the CUDA being built here. What do you want?
What do I want here?
Yes.
I want, I'm gonna bring like 3 Challengers by, and I want a Hellcat in each one.
Oh, cool. Okay, we're gonna do a Hellcat in each one of his Challengers.
Chargers.
Oh, Chargers.
Yeah, 69.
Yeah, no, you gotta stay with the Chargers.
I want the older Chargers.
My God, he's gonna buy 3 of them. Okay, what do you want?
I just want a wide body C10.
Wide body C10 it is.
A wide body C10 with like 1500 wheel. That's what I
Oh
want.
my God, it's on. Tony, we're gonna put you, what do you want?
49 Mercury.
Done.
Hey, I know what I want. I want this thing done in 60 days. Tell Tony to get this thing and this and do the stuff that you do to make it go.
The hoe punch?
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a wrench.
Oh, yeah, it can be a wrench. Well, I'll tell you what, 90 days.
90 days? You just said 90 days.
190.
190?
Okay, we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Split the difference.
Okay, yeah, let's split the difference. Yeah.
What is
That's
that?
good.
That's like one. That's I can't do math.
No, wait, hold on. Let me think about this a couple days and we'll work on that.
Did you hear, Matt?
What?
About the firewall?
What do you say? What did Matt say about Firewall?
Or not the firewall, but the engine. He wants to pick it up either early next week or the end of the week.
The end of the week.
Yeah. I was like, well, I gotta do the firewall before we can pull it out. I was like, well, tell Brandon, let me know. Because that's gonna take time building the motor.
Well, you know what? Hey,
Yes.
we can just give him my motor instead. That's a good idea.
The whole switcheroo.
Yeah, switcheroo. Yeah. All right, so Matt's coming to pick up the motor at the end of the week.
Or next week.
Or next week. Hopefully next week.
We're gonna need to make a template to see what clearances we're gonna have around the transmission and how far we need to pull the floor back. And once we get a template made, we can pull this out.
Yeah, we got to find this height here, right? So coming from this cross member up to there, and once we find that height, then it'll come around, drop down, and then once we have the height on that, we know where we're gonna sit to build a firewall, then the engine and transmission can both come out, go away, and not come back until this stuff's all ready to go. There's a lot of gap here, in between, because there's a different transmission going in this, and so which we do not have right now, but it's okay because it's not that much of a difference, but
There's plenty of room.
plenty of room, yeah, plenty of room. Also, transfer case is being changed out, and that transfer case will go to a billet transfer case, and there is plenty of room in that too, so we're not worried about that. The transmission tunnel will come from there, meet up with this point here, and then drop down, so the rear passengers, or you can only put kids back here, will have a place for their feet. Once that firewall is done, we don't need this engine for anything else until we start doing the hood. The hood's the only other thing. And then we'll start doing core support, fenders, and all that good stuff. Well, there you go. No rear end anymore. It's all gone. What we're gonna do, we're gonna end up moving the spring under the frame rail here and doing the same for the other side. We're gonna take the front and move it up underneath the frame rail here, so that we have all the tire clearance we need, because we're going to end up pushing the tires in a little bit further, kind of a tub. This is getting cut from here all the way out. This is all going to be a straight piece of frame, so there's no need for any of that. And wheel wells next. The wheel wells are going to be pushed in, so there's no gap right here. The wheel well itself will be just probably about a ½ inch from the frame, and we're going to bring this sheet metal down to barely overlap the side of the frame, so there's no gap showing through. So this is what's left of the rear end right here. This is I'm sure this is a Dana 70, not an 80. But I may be wrong about that. The axle tube housing is 3.5 inches, and mine outside on that green truck is like 4. Either way, all this stuff will probably not be used. Look at the size of those blocks. These things are huge. Big cast iron piece. Well, all right. Also doing the firewall right now on the driver's side. Going to finish up this area right in here, get that knocked out so we can start putting the floor in, and we'll be putting the basically the foot panel in down there so we can start putting our floor piece in. On this side, for that main piece, I really want Matt to make a piece on here. You know, this is going to end up having beads, bead rolls, and you know, some cool stuff in there. All right, I had to switch to GoPro, camera died. So, oh, by the way, this is, there's my camera. This is the camera I'm using now, in case you guys are interested. Sony ZV-1. No, not now. Now I'm on the GoPro. This is the one that I normally use that had a really shaky video last time, but turns out the stabilization mode was off. Oh well. Let me show you something. So this is a piece of sheet metal that has a pop to it. You can hear that. So when you go and put beads through here, lines, shapes, or whatever, it tightens all that up. It won't do that anymore. But this one only does it because I actually shrank the outside edge all the way around. after I'm done bead rolling, I can go back and shrink this again, and it's extremely strong. So this piece is just basically the template for that hole. I'm gonna make a template for that out of cardboard and then transfer it to this sheet of metal, then bend it and put the bead rolls in and all that kind of good stuff. So we're gonna do that right now. All right, so we've put a piece of cardboard on here, and then this is actually just cereal box. I mean, I make everything out of cereal box. Thank you, Captain Crunch. This thing we put up here and tape it to the back. That way we can come out and trace all the lines. This is our metal. Obviously, this is where the metal is going to go. And then while we're in here, we're also going to do, you know, find out where our beads are going to go. So the steering column, it'll probably come out right about here. And that way our steering shaft can come through here and connect up to the steering box. So we're going to go and mark all that stuff. And this is just to get within the ballpark of where our metal is going to be, because this is going to transfer over to the sheet metal so that we can have a pretty good idea of what the shape's going to be. So we know we want a little bit more gap between the transmission and the firewall. Don't want that too tight because the other transmission that's going in here is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it. We want it about there. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. We're going to make it perfect when the piece of metal is cut and we put it up here. So now I can take that piece of metal that I cut out previous and the cardboard for the firewall, and then we're going to transport it over here and trace that out. So this line here is just where the firewall is going to bend in. So I don't want to go past that line with a bead. So that's the furthest point down that I'm going to be going. I'm going to cut this out now and then put this back on the car and make sure all the gaps and the lines and everything's just right. Then take it back off and go roll the bead. We're going to do a step bead, the 90. Or probably a 45 actually, not the round. And then I'll show you how it looks. So we're at the bead roller, and I'm gonna show you guys how this thing works. This thing's kind of dirty. So you have a foot pedal, and you also have a switch. This is forward and back, because it says it right there. So the way this works is you're gonna, you know, draw a line on here wherever you want your bead. I'm going to show you basically what it does. Okay, so as it goes through here, this is for the people out there who know zero about metal fabrication. The other guys that already know, you already know. But this is how it works. So as the piece of metal is going through, I'm not touching it right now just to show you guys. And that's like barely pushing the pedal. You can make it go really fast, but that's the shape it makes. It makes that shape right there. So I see the step. Now I do have a spacer on here, that gold washer, because I'm not trying to make a 90. I'm trying to make a 45, and that just gives you know, my steps just a cleaner look, I think, instead of being really sharp. So, oh yeah, put a glove on. So we'll do it again, and I'll run it through here. And I can turn it back and forth, move it all the way around. Come on, the other end. There you go. So that's what this thing does. Makes a cool step. All right, so that's how we get those big square indentions in the firewalls, and I'll show you right now. It'll basically be something like this charger. Let me see if I can get this camera in there. You see the firewall? The firewall's got those lines all over, those are bead rolls. Okay, so that's kind of what I want his firewall to look like and have nice beads in it. There you go. Now we have the bead rolls. These are probably one of my favorite ones. I'll switch it out right now. Damn it. There we go. All right, so this is a bead roll. So the way this thing works, oh, and I forgot to mention too, this is how much tension is on this. So you can see it spreads open and then shuts back. So let's, we're just gonna tighten it up and make it go. So this is what this one comes out like. Let it go through there, make it go faster. And pop it. Bye-bye. There you go. This is the back side of the bead and the top side. See the difference between these? The step and a round bead on that. A good example of the round bead is these right here. That's what that round one makes. And the step makes these indentions. But all this is step, so you can make cool shapes like that. That's it. That's how those work. Now Tony's working on his floor pan, and this is how all of our panels look before we bead roll anything. So you come in here and mark all this stuff out. This is where, like I showed you, the bead roller, the step bead, that's gonna go, and you're gonna follow it right around this line. And so it'll come over, step down, then roll, and then we're gonna do bead rolls in those, and that's the round one I was showing y'all. And then we got a seat bolt is gonna be in this area, and then another seat bolt here. So you got 4 seat bolts on the bottom of the seat, or studs, whatever you wanna call it. They're 1, 2, 3, and 4. You gotta have all those marked out before all this gets started. So, if you look at this, you have a line here, a big one there, and another one there. That's the shape of that. So all your beads will sit within that parameter there. So, Tony knocked out a transmission tunnel, put some beads in it, and it's a lot different than what we're used to with our other cars, because we have giant transmission tunnels in our other cars, every single one of them, because they're all channeled. I apologize, it's kind of dark in here, but the floor, this section here, why there's nothing right here, is because the seat rails, you have 4 bolts. One's gonna sit here, 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 and here. So that's why we don't put any beads in this area. There's actually brackets that will be made to sit right here, okay? There's an airplane flying by, so it's gonna be kind of loud. So beads, these are to strengthen up the floor. It makes it really solid. And those I put in there just because they look really good. I like those a lot. So this is where your foot sits, and your gas pedal will be right here, and your brake pedal. So this is automatic, so we don't have clutch and all that stuff in here. And then that side is being made next. This side of the floor, the passenger floor, Tony has already made. And then the back half will go really quick. Like I said, you know, all this stuff can, next week, the firewall on that side will be done, floor will be in, transmission tunnel. This little gap right here will be filled in. And then we're gonna start on the rear floor. Once that's all said and done, then our interior is finished up. All right, y'all, that's about all we got for today. I'm gonna go over a couple things that we've done, because from the time-lapse video, it might be kind of confusing. So first of all, I'm gonna show you this primer, the primer we use on our panels. So this primer is just so that it's protected and it won't rust up until we get to the bodywork side of everything, okay? This is a TranStar primer, 4603. You can get this at pretty much anywhere. I think we get this at O'Reilly's, so that stuff works really, really good. And when you get ready to paint, if you want to take it off, it comes off really easy. It's very thin, and they also make an etch primer that's in green. So this stuff is really good for what we do, because this panel might end up sitting for, you know, a month or so until it gets coated with something. And we are gonna end up putting the same sound deadener that we put in the yellow CUDA. And that's also one of our videos. You can go and watch that if you want. Like I said before, I was talking to Matt about bead rolling apart on this car and making something. And so he said he'd love to do a piece on it. So I'm gonna give him the Firewall, because that's a piece, you know, when you open the hood, that's the first thing you're gonna see is that portion of the Firewall right here. It's just a big open area. I do wanna show another thing. This is some really cool artwork that came in. Look, it's even got a little pistol grip in it, shifter. So this is done by Marianne. She painted, I don't know if these are paint or what. Either way, they look really good. It's a really cool piece, and we thank you very much, Marianne, for this artwork. I'm gonna definitely keep one, and Matt's gonna have second pick on this, because I think I'm gonna do this one. I don't know, I like that one too. But she did 2 of them, and they just look, they look really cool. I like them a lot. I'm gonna put the 71 grill in it. Bumper looks good, dually tires, and a billboard. That's called a billboard. So this is an actual paint job, factory paint job that came on these cars. So really good job on that, Marianne. You're awesome. Thank you very much. I'm sure Matt's gonna like whatever he ends up with. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. You guys, everybody out there is incredible. I mean, this channel is going so good. We're having so much fun doing this. And it takes a lot of work and very little sleep, but it is definitely worth it. It is so worth every bit of it. I'm having a blast doing it, and everybody else is too. And we got a lot of cool videos coming up too. The Corvette's one of them, the MuscleRodShop wide body 68 convertible, big block 4-speed vet. And also thank you to Cody from WhistlinDiesel and Jason for coming by and checking out the shop. You guys really cool dudes. It's awesome having you guys by here. Please follow our Instagram at MuscleRodShop. We got a lot of content coming up very soon on that. We're going to start doing lots of pictures and videos, stuff that is not on YouTube, on the Instagram. So please, if you will, go follow our Instagram at MuscleRodShop, and that'd be greatly appreciated. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of MuscleRodShop. It's been a blast so far, and it's only gonna get better. If you want, you can like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you hit the notification bell, obviously every time that I post a video, you're gonna see it. It's gonna pop up. Thank you very much, and you have a good day. Bye.